Blessed good morning. Here again at St. Mark's Church in St. John. First of all, I'm overlooking the east coast, looking down towards Concept Bay, which is a fishing village here in St. John, Barbados. And we can see all across the Bath Beach, St. John as well. So I must say that this is the Atlantic side of the island. You can see St. John, St. Philip, St. John, St. Joseph, St. Andrew, and St. John, St. Joseph, and St. Andrew. So Bath Beach, this is the east coast here, the Atlantic side. You can see Bath Beach right around the corner here from Concept Bay. And then we can see all across the Martins Bay, also in St. John. And we can see into St. Andrew. You can see a bit of St. Joseph as well, with Bathsheba, and that area. And St. Andrew with Chalky Mount, where the sleeping giant is. And further north, the Pico Tenerife in St. Lucie. So this is College Savannah in St. John down below here. So this is St. Mark's Anglican Church, which dates back to 1833. Before I go any further, you can see up in the hills, back to Codrington College, the oldest theological college in the Western Hemisphere, where we studied to become a priest in the Anglican Church. Codrington College right behind here, you can see the back of Codrington College, where we studied to become a priest in the Anglican Church. Codrington College is also affiliated with the University of the West Indies now, named after Christopher Codrington, who died on Good Friday, 1710. East Coast all here. So St. Mark's Church borders St. Philip and St. John, but the address for St. Mark's Church is St. John. It is between the two parishes. So this is College Savannah St. John down below here. It says this vestry was consecrated on the 25th of April 1972. As I said before, St. Mark's Church is on the border with St. Philip and St. John, mostly St. John and College Savannah. College Savannah down below here. And you can see across to the lighthouse, the Ragged Point, East Point Lighthouse. And you can see Culpeper Island, which is the little dot off of Barbados in the Atlantic Ocean. Culpeper Island, you can see it from here. We are close to Culpeper Island, by the way. And St. Catherine's Church is also across here. St. Catherine's Church is in St. Philip, not too far from here. St. Mark's and St. Catherine's are a double cure. They share the same priest. So this is St. John over here with Fortescue. College Savannah with down here, and Fortescue over here. You can see Skeets Bay and Bayfield and that area over here. So this part of St. Philip is Fortescue, near to Bayfield. Wear a red plastic bag, a well-known Calypsonian from Barbados, the red plastic bag. He was born and raised at Bayfield, St. Philip. He and Matt Fingal, two well-known Calypsonians from Barbados, originated at Bayfield, St. Philip. And John King and Blood, two well-known Calypsonians around Barbados as well. And they are from St. Philip. So this is St. Philip over here, southeasterly. Back to the lighthouse. And here, the Ragged Point, East Point Lighthouse. So this is St. Mark's Anglican Church, dating back to 1833. College Savannah, St. John. This is half of the church cemetery. St. John is the parish here in Barbados in which most of the white Barbadian population originated from. College Savannah, St. John down below here. And we can see back to Society Hill, where the Holy Cross Church is, Holy Cross Anglican Church in Society, St. John. Down here. Holy Cross is over here, where the Collington High School is, next door to. And we can see what was then Society Primary School is now the University of Medicine. So Holy Cross Church is up here, right next to the Collington High School, which is a boarding school, a private school. And then the former Society Primary School at the bottom. So St. Mark's Church, once again. The church that's odd since it got repaired on the renovations. You see how odd the church looks. One thing, this church had a simple look. No, it looks odd. I don't like how it looks. Para Concept Bay on the East Coast. Sorry for the clearing of the throat, guys. Just clearing my throat from mucus. My sinus is dripping. Barbados is an island nation in the West Indies between the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean. So in Barbados, along this side, which is the eastern side, it is washed by the Atlantic and the Caribbean. The Atlantic Ocean, the east and the north is washed by the Atlantic Ocean, while the south and the west is washed by the Caribbean Sea. Barbados is southeasterly. The lush greenery and beauty, guys. All up in the hills of St. John. Coach Hill, or Cottonton College, or College Land. So, thanks for watching, guys. Have a blessed